If you're looking for a TH15 hybrid farming base that can protect your resources while still making it difficult for attackers to reach the town hall, this layout deserves a closer look. At first glance, this base looks symmetrical and organized, but once we break it down from the core to the outer sections, you'll see that the real strength comes from how the compartments, defenses, storages, and traps work together. So stay until the end, because I'll also show you where you can get the base link from the description and copy this layout directly into your Clash of Clans account. The most important part of this base is the central core, where the town hall is positioned inside several layers of walls and defensive compartments. The town hall is surrounded by important defensive structures, making it difficult for an attacking army to simply walk straight into the middle. Around the town hall, the layout creates multiple entry points and pathing options. This is important because attackers can easily lose control of their troops when the army is forced to move between different compartments. The core also contains several high-value defenses and support structures, while the surrounding storages help create additional protection. The placement of the dark elixir storage and other valuable structures inside the inner compartments is especially useful for a hybrid farming design. Instead of placing all the resources around the outside, valuable buildings are distributed throughout the base. That means an attacker cannot simply reach one compartment and collect everything. Moving slightly outward, we can see another defensive ring surrounding the core. This section contains multiple defensive structures positioned so that their ranges overlap across important pathways. The idea is simple: force the attacking army to spend more time inside defensive range. And because the walls are divided into several smaller compartments, troops that rely on straightforward pathing can have a difficult time reaching their intended targets. Let's move away from the center. One of the first things you'll notice is the diamond-shaped compartment structure surrounding the core. This creates a very interesting pathing system. Instead of giving attackers one large open area to work with, the base divides the interior into multiple sections. That separation is valuable against ground attacks, because troops have to break through walls repeatedly if they want to reach deeper defenses. At the same time, defensive buildings are positioned inside these compartments rather than being exposed directly on the perimeter. This gives the base several layers of protection. The resource storages are also spread across different sections of the layout. So if an attacker gets into one side of the base, they still don't automatically gain access to all of your loot. And that is exactly what we want from a hybrid farming base. We want the base to protect the town hall, but we also want the loot to be distributed intelligently enough that attackers have to work for every resource. And if you like the structure of this base and want to use it yourself, you don't have to recreate it manually. The base link is available in the description below this video. Just open the link, copy the layout, and load it into your Clash of Clans account. So before we continue to the outer sections, make sure you check the description and grab the link if you want to test this TH15 Hybrid Farming Base yourself. Moving toward the left and right sides, we can see that the defensive structures are positioned behind layers of walls, rather than sitting completely exposed. This creates another important feature of the design. The outer buildings act as a buffer zone. Attackers cannot immediately reach the important defenses. They first have to clear the outside buildings, which can give the defensive structures more time to deal damage. The left and right sides are also relatively balanced, giving the base a strong symmetrical appearance while maintaining multiple defensive angles. This can make funneling less straightforward because there isn't one obvious side that immediately provides a clean route toward the core. The archer towers, cannons, wizard towers, air defenses, and other defensive structures are distributed throughout these compartments, creating overlapping coverage across the base. That combination is particularly useful because an attacker needs to deal with both ground and air threats. Let's look at the resource placement. You can see several gold storages, elixir storages, and dark elixir storage areas distributed around the inner and middle sections. This is one of the most important aspects of the layout. Rather than putting every storage together in one location, the base separates them. So even if an attacker successfully penetrates one side, they won't necessarily be able to take everything. The storages also help act as additional hit points, forcing troops to spend more time destroying buildings while defenses continue firing. For farming, that extra time can make a huge difference. Finally, let's move all the way to the perimeter. The outer ring contains resource buildings, army-related structures, defenses, and other buildings that create distance between the attacker and the important compartments. These buildings aren't just decoration. They help create the funnel and pathing behavior around the base. The corners and approach areas are also useful locations for traps because attackers often deploy troops around predictable entry points. With multiple compartments inside, the base is designed to make attackers commit to a direction before they can reach the valuable targets, and that is what makes this layout interesting. It doesn't depend on a single defense or a single trap. Instead, the entire base works as a system. Outer buildings create distance, walls control movement, compartments delay troops, defenses provide overlapping coverage, and resource placement prevents easy access to your entire loot supply. So if you're currently using a weak Town Hall 15 farming base, and your storages are constantly getting exposed, this layout is definitely worth testing. Remember, the base link is waiting for you in the description, so you can copy this design without rebuilding everything manually. And if you found this base useful, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your clanmates, and subscribe to the channel for more Clash of Clans base designs. Also, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next base desing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next base design.